The last time that we covered grammar in class, we were talking about the ways in which you can bring together two complete ideas. During that conversation, we were discussing coordinating conjunctions. There are 7 of them: and, so, but, nor, for, yet, and so. And so if you have two complete ideas, meaning two things that can stand alone because they have both a noun and a verb, you can bring those ideas together by putting one of those 7 words in the middle, as long as you use a comma before. The comma indicates that what is before the comma is a complete idea, and what is after the conjunction is a complete idea. The writer could have chosen to keep them separate, but for meaning purposes has decided to bring those ideas together. And an example of what we covered in our last discussion would be: I'm going to the movies and I am going to the mall. I'm going to the movies is a complete sentence. I'm going to the mall is a complete sentence, but as a speaker or writer, I've decided to bring those ideas together to give them equal weight, and so I use a coordinating conjunction. This week's aplia deals with the semicolon and the coordinating adverb. Again, this is another way to bring together two complete ideas. If you're bringing together ideas that are not both complete ideas, then the grammar rules change. But right now we're talking about how to bring together two sentences, basically, and have it be grammatically correct. So if you've already done aplia, that's good, but keep in mind that you have 3 attempts, and so maybe something in this video might help you to improve your score. Okay, and since we can't meet today, I'm trying to give you at least a portion of what we would have discussed in class, of course, with my examples on the board, but I may upload some sample sentences for you to practice before you go back to do aplia the first time or to redo it for a higher score. So bear with me because my notes are on a sheet of paper. Also, I'm in my classroom and there might be disruptions, but I apologize for that. So I'm going to hold some things up for those of you who are ready to take notes, but here you have it, a semicolon, which is drawn with a period over a comma. It looks like this. It separates elements in a sentence, and it indicates a more definite break than a comma. Right now we're talking about the second half more so. You can't bring together two complete ideas just by using a comma. You have to use a semicolon if it's two complete sentences. Okay, and so the semicolon indicates to your reader that this is not just a pause, which the comma usually signifies. This is me stopping after a complete thought, but connecting it to another complete thought. Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to write that down. It separates elements in a sentence, and it indicates a more definite break than a comma. Okay, so there are 2 ways in which we use the semicolon in a sentence. The first way is to bring together two complete ideas in order to show the relationship between those 2 ideas. Now, granted, you can just put a period between 2 complete ideas, but sometimes, especially when you're writing an essay, a business letter, you might feel the need to show the relationship between 2 complete ideas, and you might not want to separate them with the coordinating conjunction because the way that they work together works best without a pause or any other, interjection. So here's rule number 1. You use a semicolon to join the independent clauses of a compound sentence in which no coordinating conjunction is used. Okay, so if you use a coordinating conjunction, you cannot use a semicolon. You have to use a comma. And as a reminder, these are the coordinating conjunctions, and I'm going to hold those up together to remind you that you do not use a semicolon with any of these 7 words. You only use these 7 words with a comma. So if you're not going to put one of these 7 words in between 2 complete ideas, then you can substitute the coordinating conjunction for the semicolon. So one more time, use a semicolon to join the independent clauses of a compound sentence where you have not used a coordinating conjunction. And so I'm going to give you an example of that. Why is this important? And I always speak about the fact that we've been speaking this language for a long time, many of us, and even if we've just learned it, because it is our primary language, we need to master it and be able to manipulate it so that all our sentences are not the same. So here's an example of a sentence where you have 2 complete ideas brought together by a semicolon. Obviously, the ideas are going to be related to one another, and that is why we have the semicolon in the center here. So this example says the dictionary provides definitions The thesaurus provides synonyms. Two complete ideas. The dictionary provides definitions. That's a sentence. The thesaurus, provides synonyms. That's a sentence. But for whatever reason, I might want to put these ideas together using the semicolon. Number one, the sentences are parallel, meaning the structures are the same. It makes for a very nice sentence. The semicolon brings it together. But there's still two ways that I can do this. But again, if I don't want to break the sentences with a coordinating conjunction and a comma, I can substitute that for the semicolon. Two complete ideas. The dictionary provides definitions, semicolon. The thesaurus provides synonyms. Two books, two different functions. I want to show the relationship because the books are similar, but I also want to show you that they provide different things. Okay. Keep in mind, too, that the second sentence after the semicolon does not begin with a capital letter. Okay, but you only do that when there's a period. The semicolon does not function as a period, so your second complete idea will not start with a capital letter. All right? All right, so the second way that we use the semicolon is with a conjunctive adverb. And we'll go over that in a second. But I'm going to hold this up long enough for you to write it down if you're taking notes. It says use a semicolon between independent clauses that are joined by a conjunctive adverb or a transitional phrase. Now, with the example that I used before, you could very well put any of those 7 coordinating conjunctions in the middle of that sentence. You could say the dictionary provides definitions, comma, but the thesaurus provides synonyms. Two complete ideas joined by a comma and a coordinating conjunction. But right now we're talking about how to use a semicolon. And I know I'm being repetitive, but we do not use semicolons with those 7 coordinating conjunctions. We can use semicolons only with conjunctive adverbs. And so in a second I'm going to give you some examples of conjunctive adverbs. Okay. And here they are. There are more, but these are our most popular conjunctive adverbs. These words can be used with a semicolon. And I like these words a lot too, more so than the coordinating conjunctions, because they're very formal. So if you want to put one of these words between two complete ideas, you would have to do so by putting the semicolon before the word and a comma after. And I'm going to show you that in a second. But between two complete ideas, you can use words like finally, consequently, nevertheless, also, moreover, which is used like also in a sense. Therefore, otherwise, however, those are contrasting words. These words show transitions between ideas. They show where thoughts are in terms of place and time. Okay. With these types of words, one part of the sentence is going to be more important than the other part of the sentence. And I hope that's not confusing, but with the coordinating conjunction, there's a balance. You have two equal ideas separated by a coordinating conjunction. The coordination, we talked about clothes, like a belt, it brings the two together. It sort of pulls them together, and they're equal. With the conjunctive adverb, you're going to have ultimately one part of the sentence being more powerful or meaningful than the other. So keeping our same example, we used the dictionary is used for definitions. The thesaurus is used for synonyms. I'm sorry, the correct sentence was the definition provides. Okay. I'm going to try again. I'm rushing before someone knocks on my door. But the original sentence said, the dictionary provides definitions. The second part was the thesaurus provides synonyms. So how do we bring that together with a semicolon and a conjunctive adverb? Like this. The dictionary provides definitions, semicolon. However, that's our conjunctive adverb. And you have to have a comma after your conjunctive adverb. The thesaurus provides synonyms. Okay, and so just to go back, to use any of the conjunctive adverbs between two complete ideas, it must have a semicolon before it and a comma after it. Okay, like this example here. And these are I believe this is 8. This is our sentence. Okay. So bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to show you the two sentences. One simply with the semicolon, dividing the two ideas, and the other with the conjunctive adverb. Can I make these fit? There we go. All right. Starting with this one, the dictionary provides definitions, the thesaurus provides synonyms. It really almost serves the same purpose. The however is not spoken in this one, but the contrast is made clear, really by juxtaposing or placing the sentences side by side. The contrast is shown. In this sentence, it's a bit more clear that there's a contrast because whenever we say however, we are prompting our reader or our listener for the fact that the following idea is going to contrast or contradict the first. Okay? So the dictionary provides definitions, the thesaurus provides synonym, the dictionary provides definitions, however, the thesaurus provides synonym. Okay? I would have definitely started this over the first time that I got tongue-tied, but for sake of time, I'm just going to post this with hope that it is going to help you. Remember, Applia doesn't close until Saturday at 11 or 11:30. So again, if you've done it already and you still have more attempts, please go back and try. And just to summarize, there are only several ways we can bring together complete ideas. Or two complete ideas into a single sentence. The first is with the 7 coordinating conjunctions and the comma. We did that last week. The other way is with the semicolon between the two complete ideas that have a relationship. And the third way is with the use of a coordinating conjunction. It has a semicolon before it and a comma after it. Okay, so again, I hope that this helps. And I will see you guys soon.